We've all seen one of these. A hole caused by a door handle is one of the most common forms of wall damage. However, while it looks nasty, it's really pretty easy to repair. The first step is to mark the damaged area. And then trim it out to a nice neat rectangular hole. Next, sand around the area to improve adhesion. Then measure up the hole, because you're going to need to cut a back block for the next stage of the repair. When cutting a back block, you want to make it slightly narrower than the hole and about 40 mils longer, which will give you a 20 mil overlap at each end. Before going any further, you want to check your back block for size, and here's a handy little hint. If you push a nail through the back block, you can actually check it for fit without losing your back block down the back of the wallboard. To hold our back block in place, we're going to use GIB Tradeset 20, which is recommended for all larger repairs. Got a bit of water in our mixing bowl, and then we're just going to tip in some powder. Keep tipping it in until the water no longer soaks through the surface. Remember, it's always easier to mix it up too thick than too thin. It's better to add some water to the product than it is to add some powder. Once the Tradeset's been mixed to the right consistency, we're going to apply some to each end of the back block and then carefully slide it into position. Use the nail to pull it back against the back of the wallboard. I'll leave this to dry for about an hour before I come back to do the next stage of the repair. The Tradeset holding my back block is dried. I can push the nail through and let it fall down behind the wallboard. We don't need that anymore. Now to fill the hole, I've mixed up some more Tradeset, and that's what I'm going to use. Don't forget to scrape off any excess now. It's going to make it much easier to do that now before you sand it back and prepare yourself for a top coat later on. The Tradeset on this repair is now dry. It has taken a couple of days though, because the layer of plaster we put on was quite thick to begin with. All I'm going to do now is go over it with my broad knife and remove any high spots. Now I'm going to apply a thin layer of +4 as a finishing coat, wait for it to dry, then sand it back, ready for painting. Now the compound's dry, we're really into the home stretch for this repair. There are only 2 stages left, and the first of those is to sand it smooth. Remember, where possible, wear a dust mask when sanding compound. Once I've dusted that off, I can then apply the paint. That repair is complete. Door handles through wall panels can be really annoying, however they are very easily preventable. A couple of dollars spent on a doorstop and I never would have had this problem in the first place.